Alrighty, welcome back. Come look at this baby, please and thank you. I want to thank everybody for watching again and all the comments. But I want you to come here for a second. This is the airbag for the back I'm going to use. This little bracket here, I got out of the air ride system that it's just a truck. It's a truck helper, I guess, but it's an airbag system. And for me to run around and get an airbag, it's generally not that easy. They didn't think they had anything, but we looked underneath the boxes at Valley Tire, they found something, and I bought it. And that's the way it went, because we wanted that sort of style of airbag for the front. But on the back, I would have had to make the brackets, and in the kit, now I've got some brackets. Now I can mount that on the back there, weld that on there. It's nutted on the bottom. That's where the air will come out through there on the bottom also. Just be a little chuck going in there, then the air come out. That'll weld on there. We'll have a cross member go across here. Make sure we have to put it in the right place. And then we can bolt the air right to the top of the bracket going across, cross member, I guess. And that was a good find. I found that last night after we were playing around. If you want to come over this side, I want to show you what the control arm looks like now. And I guess the video is going to be me trying to make the other one look exactly the same as this one. Jolene has welded this control arm up. She welded the whole thing up. I ground it off this morning, and it looks very well done. So what has happened here, we've welded some round rod on there, some 5/16 round rod all the way around there, and made that a little stronger. That was what we done. It also is for a peel. We kind of left it out a little bit, so it left a little ridge. We've also cut this back and welded and capped this, so you can see this one's open. Well, if this tried to go up or down, when it's pulling on the top of the chassis, well, then it would have that to deal with. It gives it a little more strength. We've capped the end of the chassis. We have not done anything underneath yet because we're not there. We're not, we're not there. And this is what watch yourself, sweetheart, stuff behind you. And this is what's happened here. If you want to come take a look, the airbag, I guess pad or bucket, whatever you want to call that. That's where I put it. I tacked it right underneath. So when I come flip the chassis over to finish all the welding, we'll finish welding that underneath, but that's tacked there in place. I'll get the airbag. The airbag bolts at the bottom on the lower control arm. This piece is the air, if you want to come take a look. This piece is the air. And to nut it down, goes up to this slot here. This little pin, that's where the pin is. So now when I want to put the air on it or change an airline or something, I just put my hand down there and do the deal. That's what's going on there. And right at the present moment, I'm happy with the mount. But what I'm thinking is the chassis itself, as I look on the other side, the chassis itself is quite, it's not as strong as the mount is, that's for sure. So to be honest with you, I'm going to do a little bit more gusset work on this top control arm because of it's just connected on the frame down here. I got a cross member goes across here, and I'm going to put a gusset from there up to here, so that make sure that it cannot move. That's basically what we want. We want to make it as strong as possible. It's strong. I'm not going to jump up and down on it, but let's face it. If you were driving it, you'd want that so it would not move at all. That's what I'm thinking there. But basically, that's basically what's going on. And what I have done, I see, if you can tell or not, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little, I got it coming up like this, and then around. Okay? I got to do the exact same thing on that one there, and that's what we're going to do the video on, I guess. How we made this one, we'll do it on this one. I made a kind of a chiseled cut when I cut it the first time on this side. Well, we might as well just start one at a time. I'll put this piece in right now, and then we'll show you. I'll just tack it in there, and I'll show you what we done and what I think should be done, maybe. And it's all up to you. But I'm going to make a piece for that right at the present moment. Get a piece of. I'm going to cut it. I want to cut it back. It's straight up there, straight up and down right now. I want to cut it and then give it a little bit of angle. That front end of that car sits right down inside there, so everything is built to spec. grinder. Try to clean up a little bit here, a little bit. Help us out. So what was I going to say now? As I made a pour cut on this side, I said that I was going to say it before, I made a pour cut on this side. So what I have done is I've manufactured that pour cut, and I took it and made it the cut, what they're supposed to look like, if you know what I'm trying to say. I think we're hauled out here. Wouldn't want to shut down the light, would we, baby? Huh? Wouldn't want to shut down the light. So as you can tell, I am making this front end as I'm going in my brain. I'm just going with it, right? You know, it did not look good at first, but we're getting closer. We're getting closer. There's more has to be done, but we're getting closer. And it just takes your time. The reason I'm using the grinder on this, if you know someone's asking or thinking why doesn't he use a plasma cutter, well, I don't want to try to get in a square box and get the slag off. That's basically the end of it. And we're trying to do a little bit of finish, make it look good, I guess. Yes. The apple place is not, Sarsfield Pies did not go to Eden Valley and went to Apple Valley. And that was a simple mistake. Simple mistake, wasn't it, baby? But I just want to make that clear. Apple Valley. If you buy Apple Valley pies, you buy them from that farm you've seen on the video. Basically, I'm just trying to get a nice lean on like this one. That's basically all I'm trying to do. And I like doing that stuff by eye. I really do. I like doing it by eye. And I do it by eye. You know, if it looks good, go ahead. If it don't look good, don't do it. What I'm trying to do, I got a cut right here, I got a cut right there, and all I'm trying to do is keep this line parallel with that frame. That's basically all I'm doing. That's my furthest line back. I'm just trying to beat this back a little bit so it's parallel with that. There, got that cut. I'll grab a piece of cardboard, make a piece. Always looking for a marker, full timer, I know, huh? Should have one to put to my hip. Put to my hip. Just gonna put that on there and basically trace that shape out. You know what? Jolene just mentioned that I was sort of shy on the corner. And you can come see, I am a little bit. But you know what? That makes me That's okay, because in my brain, I know right now that I do not want the piece that I just traced. I do not want that piece. I want this piece. I'm on the outside of this, so I really want that piece, if you know what I'm trying to say. And the only reason I say that is because I want everybody to know exactly what's going on. If I trace the outside of this, when I lay that piece on, yes, if I trace it out perfect, it can be flush with that, yeah. But when I go to weld it on, where's my weld set? It has to set on top of this. You know, if I've got the metal up to there and I'm going to weld there, the weld has to set on top. If I make the piece smaller, then I can set it in and maybe have a 90. If I can get the metal down here and get the metal 90 up this way and get this metal 90 down this way, then I get to fill that whole corner full of weld. So when we get to grind it off like this, I know that we have not ground off all the weld because we did that. And that's basically what I'm saying. That's basically what I'm doing. And you really have to pay attention to that, because you cannot grind something all off and think it's going to hold if it's not placed in the right spot. You have to, you have to leave yourself for penetration and room and gap and all that stuff. And I'll show you on the other side of this, on the hat of this, there were some gaps between the round rod when I put it on. There was a dirty gap in a couple places. Jolene welded it up, remember? But she said, wow, that don't look so good. I said, well, when we weld it up, we'll fill that with weld, and then we'll know it's penetrated on. We'll know because we'll be able to melt them together. And to me, that's satisfactory, because we can grind the weld off. And if we do it wrong and have no gap, then when you try to grind the weld off, then you have a problem. And we don't want that problem. We want to try to keep it looking nice, but yet keep its integrity. Basically, keep its integrity. And that's basically about it, about placing metal on like that and then trying to grind it off and make it look nice. You really have to pay attention. You should pay attention to where you want your metal to run to. This is plate. This is plate. This piece, this is all 1/8 plate. I think that's a 3/16 there. That's all I had, but that's okay because it's a little thicker. So what I'm going to do is that helps it from coming down and tearing off. On the top, I think I'm going to do it one more time. I'll put another piece of 1/8 plate on there, because that's this thin there. I know I got round rod there. I want it a little bit thicker, so I'll add another piece, and I will make sure that it's shy all the way around. So when I weld it on, I'll be able to grind it off, and it looks exactly the same. That's what I'll do. Just for me and you. I better get at it, hadn't I? Huh? Got to get at it. Cut that piece out. Marker in my pocket. Excuse me, sweetheart. And there is a point in time when you have to be able to trust what you're doing. And what I mean by trust what you're doing, Jolene has welded that hat up, and she's going to have to ask herself, did I do a good job welding that? Do I trust it? Did I have the metal in the right place? Did he grind all the metal off? And you really have to ask yourself that. And I'm satisfied with the way we have welded up, or the way she had welded it up, because I looked at it. It was no different than I would have welded it up. And we got it nice. We've done a good job. But there has to be a point when you have to trust yourself, I guess. The old doubt would stop a lot of stuff on it. I doubt. Randy, this pair of gloves on be good. We'll tack all the stuff on and show you what we get looking like. And then you can see what's going on. Well, too fast. Stuck here for some reason. Got nothing to hold my finger on to keep myself steady. Ah, karate! Come with me. Yeehaw! All right. The high of 27 today? Yep. Woo-hoo! High of 20. Jolene's got Daisy Dukes on. Someone's out in the driveway. Get up and plug that back in. Sorry, people, we're busy. Right? Sorry. Apologize right now. We apologize, we apologize, we apologize. Before I grind any more off. Okay. I'm going to take a look. I got a nice little gap going on there. I got a nice little gap going all on there. Nice little gap going all on there along the bottom. I'm going to take a little more off right here. And that piece wasn't cut back far enough in the first place, but that's okay. I got a welder. Ha ha! Have me, baby! I got a welder. I'm going to cut that right back to here. I'm going to, you know what I mean? Got to leave myself something to. And then, when I decide to grind the weld off, we'll be satisfied that we know that it still has weld on it. I'm going to clean it up for penetration, for rust off it. You got to like it when, yeah, that's good. It's good. We're going to tack that piece in place, and then we know that it's on there, and that works. So I guess that's a rule of thumb, you know, just try to keep that gap for penetration. Looks good to me. Then we can put, what was it? See, I put quite a booger on that, eh? But that gives us the penetration. Also gives us a chance to make it look nice. That's all that does. Gives us a chance to make it look nice. And when you're welding on the chassis, it's really good to pay attention on what the welder's working like. Basically what I can say is, welding stuff like this, you have to be patient, keep that wire in the center of the puddle, and hopefully everything goes well. Basically all in the handbag, isn't it? You know what? That really gives you a chance to burn that in, and then it gives you another nice job when you're done. You can grind it off. I'm going to plunk that right there. Next time we come down, we can fill some of that, right? Now we'll get the end, get ready to get that rocking and rolling. Get that one done. Alrighty. Another piece of paper. I'm just going to set them, I'll set them close by. Now I'll just wear them on my head probably. Now we're going to make another piece for the front, cap that off. We made this one look like the chassis was coming through. We cut a little bit out of this one on the front of this. We're going to have to repair that when we get underneath of it. And that's when we'll do that, but we'll do the face of it right now. And then Jolene will have the job of welding that instead of Daisy Dukes. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. That'll be my enjoyment for today. No, she did a good job on this side. I was able to grind it down, and she did a good job. She did a real good job. What's going on here? Is this the piece I had? Straight for some reason. Yeah, it doesn't have to. Straighten that side out with the scissors. Let's cut a piece out. There's a small piece right here somewhere. Thought I had a small piece. Guess not. Yeah, it is right here. piece right here. Use her up, right? Thanks to the Bristol board guy. Appreciate it. Love that stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Turn that on. Jeez. I'm doing a lot for your light, you know that, do you? Huh? Jolene's lighting comes over the cords. Jolene's lighting. She's a beautiful woman, she is. She's a beauty, she is. I like to have my whole hand. Boop, 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 boop. Gonna get my gloves before I pick it up. Sorry, sweetheart. So yeah, we're on stages to make it look nice. We're making it look the best we can, and we're also going for more strength at the same time. And we are not finished by no means. There's a little bit of work to do to get them hats as strong as possible. Or not the hats. Yes, the hats, I guess you call them. Wouldn't want to wear it on my head, but it's a hat. Would you, sweetheart? You wouldn't want to wear it, would you? All right, I'm just going to clean this up a little bit with this bad boy. I know I can. Here we go. Watch. Whee, we're all done. That's the last cut I think I have to make with the plasma cutter, so we're all good in the hood. Oh, good news. There it is right there. There's the bad boy right there. Straighten this one out. There we go, man. We're going to weld that on there to cap your frame, just like that. And we're going to build metal there. We're going to weld metal there and build that up, and then we'll get to grind it and make it look like something, you know, like this one. We've welded it, made it look like something. Then we get to grind it off and make it look like something, you know. I don't know. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to you, baby? Thanks. She's on my side, boys. Ha ha ha. She's on my side. How do you trim your toenails? How do you trim your toenails? Do, 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 do. Get down. These new knee pads are nice. No, I want to move that over some. It's because I want that gap. I want that gap. I do. Down the bottom, we'll have to fix when we get down there. Underneath, we'll have to fix when we get there. Basically, I'm just going to snap it on now. Now, when Jolene welds that on, she can put a nice weld on that and give me something to grind. Wait, baby. Uh-huh. You gotta like when everything comes to a plan, huh? You get that hoogered on there, boogered on there. I'm a good grinder though, aren't I, baby? Huh? There's her. And that gap stuff, hey, it is what it is. Fill it up full of weld, then you know you've got something when you go to grind it off. And basically that's about the only thing I can tell you. And I'm all right with it, because when we grind it off, we will know that we have penetration. We're welding 1/8 plate. That has to be fixed after, that's fine. Wonderful. Awesome. Alrighty, and let's come over here. If you want to come to the back side where your light's going to work, probably the best. Uh-oh. I guess we can show. Yeah, okay, we'll show this right here, right now. I made a poor cut when I come up like this and then come up like that. Cut wasn't quite, paying attention, just cut it off. It should have come out more straighter maybe. But in all actual fact, that cut right there, let's go to the other side, has dictated how that looks. And the reason what I did, this is what I did. I went around and looked at my front arm control arms and I said, I don't like that cut over there and it don't look that well, right, So what I did is I took and bent a piece of round rod, the same shape. And I'm going to do it again right here because I cut some more off. But I bent a piece of round rod, that shape there where it hit the frame, and I marked it and I bent it up here and I welded it on there. And I went over there and I did the exact same thing. I cut it and made it look like that. There's going to be a little bit of gap in some of this stuff. And the reason being for the weld. Look at my coffee going to waste. Alrighty, let's put a couple pieces on this to make this look nice. This is how I made the edge look nice. Or Jolene made the edge look nice. She welded it on. And there's a, kind of haggled up cut going on there. All right, I'm going to take that bag out of there. We're nutted at the bottom. This is to show you exactly what's going on. This bag, when you blow into something, it comes directly back out at you. I knew that, and before I blew. This is where the bag is coming up through. The air chuck is going to come through here, and it also gets nutted on there. Now I have to there's a pin there, so it pins there at the same time. I had to do the other one on the other side. I had to drill the hole to get the pin to come through before it sit right. That's why it's not sitting exactly right on that. You can see how this hat I put in here. You can see how it works now. You can see the holes. How I can get down around. I can put round rod across over top of this too, but I'm thinking of the 1/8 plate, I might double it up. But anyways, as that comes up, you can see the big hole and little hole. That's what has happened. I have to make a little hole over here for that pin. And that's the hat that comes up underneath of this to hold the bag. And basically the hole in the top is so you can change the air line, have the air line run out with easy access. And that's basically it on that. But I want to put the round tubing around it. No, I might put this piece on it first because it might be easier to tack it on. I did it all with this tire in the way. I did, believe it or not. Let's clean this up. Clean the edge of this up. The reason I'm going to clean the edge of it up because it doesn't tack well with that black paint on it. I am only doing what my brain tells me to do. You know, every time I come out here, I'm thinking about how can I make that look nicer? How can I change things? Whatever. You know, I can only do what my brain tells me to do. And that's what I enjoy about it, is when you get to build your car, you're the boss, right? You get to do it any way you want to. Just trying to take off some hard stuff. I know that comes back out. Yeah, I keep doing it. There's my marker. I don't want that to come out no further than that. Transferring that hole there. Could sit over W just a bit more. Basically. Anyways, basically where I'm going to cut the hole. So what I've done from there, I realized that, you know, I'm going to weld this up underneath here like on the other one. But I had no way of getting at the air. So this is what I've done. I put it on top where the bottom's going. I know that this is not going out any further than this. Not going out any further than that. That's where the control arm stops. That's where the control arm stops. I'm going to take a measurement for a second. See something? Thank you. Just want to take a measurement before I go ahead and do that. I have 10 3/4. See that? What's that say? 10 3/4. 10 3/4. I'm happy with that. So what I did after that is I knew that when I welded this on, I'm just going to tack that underneath there, but I need a way to get at the airline itself, and that's what I did. And what I did is I just looked around for something I could drill a hole with. And the cup was it. And what I know is, see where the hole is on this piece here? This piece standing up, see where the hole is right against it? So when I cut that, I can put that right on that. When I cut that, that'll fit right up on that hole, so we'll know we'll be right on the money. That's what I'm basically trying to say. Now, I had to think that all over. It wasn't as quick the first, well, I'm not saying it's quick. Let's face it, it takes time. It all takes time. Nope, I need that thing one more time. One more time, sweetheart. One more time. Let's cut that hole. Yeah, we're rock and rolling. You like that Kenny Rogers song? Could have hit a pin drop. Huh? Just couldn't hear a pin drop. That's our hole. That's our hole. And as you can see, as you look at this, come look at this, you can see how that's thinner, that's thicker, that's whatever. Now I can just take it and shape it a little bit. And whatever's thinner, I'll have to bring my ramrod over, and I'll have a gap. I'll have a gap. To make it look nice, I'll have a gap. But I do not mind that gap with that ramrod and that plate. We will penetrate it, and it'll be nicely welded. Then we can grind it off and make it look good. Now I got to do what I got to do now. I got to put this piece on. Have this piece marker. No, I should put the hat on first. Put the hat on first. Where did I put the hat's right there? I have to guess. What I did last time is I just guessed. I guessed. Where the pin was, and I blew a hole in her. Just like the other side. I know where it's to. It's right inside that nut, pretty near. There's a hole to start with. That's why we like that thing. My drill bit is my arch enemy. It really is. Now I'm going to take a die grinder, shove it in that hole, do the best I can. Turn this off. I want to tack that underneath there before I put the ramrod on, because if I don't do that, well then I'll have a hard time tacking that on, because the ramrod will be in my way, because we'll be down with that far. A die grinder can be so much fun sometimes, and I mean by has to happen is it has to go up through there. Just need to get a little bit bigger. See the pin? That's the pin right there. Just get a little bit bigger. Nope. Almost. Almost. There's the pin sitting in there. Just making these work, you know, that's all I'm trying to do, just trying to make these work. Basically the end of the story. Just trying to make them work. Don't want no sharp metal in there, gonna take that little bit off. Clean the top of it off. Haha, caught myself. Didn't it, baby? I took 6 times. There. Now we're talking. Fitting on there good. Not turning. Awesome. I say encore. Put that back in the bag, I guess. Our box, put it back in the box. What I'm going to do is I'm going to line that up with this, because I know where the hole is. Then I'm going to weld that on there, because that's where it goes. Knock some of the slag off the bottom. Come on over, baby. Come on over, Tyler. Yeah, got Daisy Duke in the house today. I know that goes there, because that's where it goes. Right there. Come on, Chad. Right there, buddy. That's where I want you to put it, right there. What? I like talking to myself. I feel like I'm being alone. I'm alone right now. But that's not the one I want. This is the one I want. Where's that black paint? Just trying to tack it in place. Just trying to tack it in place. And that black paint. This'll do it. This'll get me something to weld to. Just want to tack it in place from the top, then I'll get underneath and weld it. I want to get that over just where I want it, don't I? That better. Alrighty. Beautiful. Gotta get down. Gotta get down. Just want the hat to stay in place until I turn it over. Basically, one on that side, one in the middle. We're in place. So nothing's going to take off from there. Do this real quick. Trying to do it all real quick, to be honest with you. Come out of my pocket now. What I did here is I went like this. This is another point that we hit the frame. That's nice, if you know what I'm saying. It's another point we get to weld on the side of the chassis to hold. The round rod is for strength also. Just trying to put a bend in it so it sort of fits. No, too much. Bring the hammer with me because it might be beneficial. I'm going with that. Fits up there nice. That gap's going to be for weld. Tack it down here at the bottom. I leave it right in the middle of the round rod, just for tack it up here, and then we'll tack it in the center. Jolene can do a nice job with that. Can she? George again. This stuff is really nice to learn to weld on, is the 8th plate. So now I'm just going to come back. I'm going to make another one of those. I'm going to make another one because I'm going to transfer it to the front side. Did you do as much this time? Wonderful. And we'll go with that on the front side. No problem at all. Just a little bit. That's it. I guess. Check one more time. Just want to make sure it looks right. All right. So there's a piece of frame down here that I want to get it hooked on. Right there I'll go with. I will. Yeah. It's fun to be able to do that, you know, even though I didn't like the cut on that side. It's fun to be able to not let it dictate whether you're doing the right thing or not, other than just go with it and use it, you know. It was a kind of a, not a good cut. But what I did is I went with it. I didn't want to go backwards, so I just went with what happened. All right. Let's go. Here we go. I want to roll that in there a little bit further. to go with it. What I'm going to do is tie that right into the frame at the bottom. Bring it up, there we go. Sounded like it tied in nice, didn't it? Halfway. Pull that center out just a bit. Actually, channel lock, see right there? I want to bend something or put it in place before I weld it. Just want to put this metal in place, make it best it can. There we go. You know what I mean? Matters. To me it does. Three good hot boogers on her. What? Okay. Alrighty. Shut that off. Cut this off. Piece of round rod. I'm going to make this look nice around here first. Ramrod. Where did I put that? Right over there. Bent it in half, went and got some up the mount, went up the lorries, got some metal the other day. Wow, that's nice. Had a little bit of a rough time yesterday trying to bend that circle, I know that. I did so. I'm going to cut this off right now because I know I'm going to need a shorter piece. Had a rough time bending that circle the other day. I'm going to cut it off a little bit longer so I can play with it. If I cut it off too short, then I changed my strategy, I guess. I won't be able to play with it anymore. Let's go check it out. All it has to do is fit. What I'm going to do is damn marker it again. Bend that down, and then we'll straighten it out, I guess. That's what I'm going to try to tell myself. other side will have to be fixed on the fly. You know what I mean? He will. Cut it shy, did I? No, Chad, don't do that. Right underneath this. I want to pull that over. I do. There we go. May have a harder time, I think, doing what I done. Screwdriver. What's that? Oh, did you? She helped me out, boys. She put my tools away. Help me out, boys. Help. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Just want to get it out a bit further. Just a bit. Just a little bit. Want to get right on that edge, you know what I mean? Come on. Work with me, work with me. Got my glasses in my hand, my marker in my hand, the screwdriver in my hand. Come on, Chetty. All right, I'm just gonna try to get everything out of the way, get me propped up where I need to be. There we go. There we go. And don't like it. Yeah, maybe I do. Now I've got well, I'd say an issue, but there's quite a bit of gap on that one, and that does not bother me. We still got a welder. Just got to straighten this bad boy out. That's all. Aye. Just want to make it look right, that's all. That stuff's strong. Woo! Now. Oh, I could hit it with a hammer. You're damn right. Oh, Jolene. No wonder I love you so much. Huh? I'm going to tack that there. If we can get something out of that. Prop that down just a bit. No. straighter there. I have to cut that and bring that in some, I think. It's not right. Don't continue on if it's not right. And to me, I feel like it's not right. So I'm going to start over here and make sure I get it where I want it. Ouch, that is hot. Like that, right? You know what I mean? Nope. Sorry I welded that. Shouldn't have done that. Doesn't look right. I should have took a little more time and made sure that I had it fitting before I put it on there. I thought I'd rush it, or I thought I'd get ahead, is what I thought. I thought I'd get ahead by putting it on there and then welding it, but I didn't. Did I? Nope, not at all. Oh, you son. And here we go again. I'll be right with you. There we go. Now, hey. You could tell with that tack that I was happy, wouldn't you? Huh? I'm gonna have to continue on with this. Oh, gotta cut them off. Won't read right if I don't. Just want a round, nice round looking surface there is what I want. That's all I want. And I will get it. Just a matter how long it takes me. Get down underneath there. Drop down underneath a little bit. I can hold my tongue the right way. Now we're talking. Yeah, in the middle. Beautiful. Now I'm happy. Now I'm happy. Maybe weld it here. That's all right. It's okay, sweetheart, man. You're the apple of my eye. Make sure that's up to, ooh, that made me happy. I'm gonna hit that. Up. I want to hit that. I want to hit it and straighten it out and bring it backwards. Hit it a little bit more, I guess. Just want it straight there. What do you think? Any penetration? Huh? Just want to straighten that hair a little. Yeah, it looks nice. Just want to make it look round. That's all. We'll have to fill that with. It's a nice round area there, so we'll fill that in with weld, just like I did. Fill that in with weld there, all the way around. Nice. Sorry it took so long. I just got in a hurry on that round thing. Yeah, could took my time more. But basically, that's what's going to happen. She's going to come around, weld that all up. She's going to weld that with super penetration. She's going to put lots of weld on it. I'm going to come in and polish it off and make it look like that. And that's basically what's going on. And maybe tomorrow, we'll have that one polished off. We'll have the airbags in. We'll be able to go up and down. Whoop, 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 whoop. Awesome. And also, as I'm doing this, I'm trying to think about how to make this stronger at all times. And I've got a little bit of a plan, and I'm happy. Are we giving away a hat and shirt today? Do we have a computer up here? I would give you a hat and shirt today, but we didn't bring up the computer. Not run today. I think we did long enough today. So anyways, that's what's going on. That's how we're making that front end look. And that's why we're able to grind the way we are. I'm grinding it down nice. This will all be sandblasted and filled out. You know, we'll have fill on that, you know, to take any pits or anything to make it look nice. The frame's going to be filled out. We're going over the top. Anyways, that's good. Have a good day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.